shoot it by swinging my sword? I guess missed. I think the goal was to make the corpse fall down so that we could loot it, but it didn't work out. Tell you what though, I would not have won that fight against the 3 Drukhari earlier if I didn't have the dog. Not a chance. Tell me that what happened to the rest of your party? Didn't you have 6 people? Yeah, this act starts with you getting captured, like you walk into a trap, and you are all tortured, and all of your equipment is taken, and you're trying to go around through this place where, you know, these bodies are dumped. I don't even know if they know that you're alive, but you're barely alive, you have a ton of wounds, and you're trying to kind of get the gang back together and save everyone. But we just got Pascal, who they have mechanically violated, and now we've got someone in the party that can hack their machine, so that gives me access to more areas. The wearer's Deadeye shot critical hits trigger exposed weakness. Wearer's melee damage is increased by 0. Hold on, what is that scale base off of? Psi rating. Okay, so that's for Psychers. Xenoplasm grenade. The Deadeye shot thing she could use for now. The transport adorned with massive blades would make for a deadly weapon on the battlefield.
What lies beyond?
The machine gun grants the insight.
At the start of every turn, the wearer's allies gain deflection equal to the wearer's psi rating. Whenever an ally suffers any damage and loses non-tip wounds, the effect is removed. Bruiser boots. Whenever the wearer performs an area attack, they instantly provoke AoE from all adjacent enemies. The wearer gains toughness bonus temporarily wounds for each attack opportunity provoked by an area attack. Huh.
One step at a time amidst the madness.
It looks like Dark Eldari or Necron aesthetic is either of those. Yeah, we were captured by Drukhari, so this area is run by Drukhari.
My success is an irrefutable certainty.
But basically, they lied to Yurliet and got her to lead us into a trap, but they didn't give her what they said they were going to give her. And so, last time I played this, I basically just said, muck you, Yurliet, and I never talked to her again. So I've never really seen what she says after this point. Pascal, they just wanted to see what would happen if you put more machine parts in a machine monkey. So he's got a whole bunch of alien parts in him, and he hates it, and he's like half ripped himself apart trying to get them out of him. We have got the worm from Baldur's Gate 3 on our spine right now, and it's dying because it has a short lifespan, but as it dies, it's poisoning our bloodstream, so we've got to find someone to get it out. The other 3 members of our party we haven't found yet. We know Jay, we found someone talking about Jay, so she's been tortured around here somewhere. And who else did I bring? I brought Heinrichs and... oh, Kizbella. The Assassin Goth girlfriend. And of course, her DLC I've never played, so I have no idea what she's going through right now. I didn't bring Cass. Although she's extremely powerful, I very clearly remembered her story, so I was like, okay, let's see somebody else's. Whoever tried to settle in this vile place, their fortitude did not carry them far. Since I didn't bring her, I'll just tell you guys, for those that might be interested. If you bring Cass, the guy that operated on Pascal, he puts her in a sensory deprivation box. So, like, he puts her in this sphere and closes it, and there's no noise or light inside it. So she's trapped in complete darkness and silence for days. And she goes a bit insane. And when you get to her and find her and you open the thing up, she has all her eyes open, including the warp one. And so it's just like an explosion of warp bursts out of the thing, and she is screaming. And you have to get her to calm down. And in my first playthrough, she was the love interest, so I just, like, you know, picked dialogue options based on that and was able to calm her down. But she, like, there's a risk of her killing herself there if you don't convince her to stop. The otherworldly shimmer of nothingness promises peace and quiet.
You replaced your body with iron, but greed cannot be cured with cold metal. Stop looking at my gear with such avarice, monkey.
Your gear sucks. We just found it off a corpse.
I have no intention of taking it. Only of studying the unnatural perversions to which you have subjected the gift of technology.
Lies beyond.
Misfit, 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 misfit. Zealous thug. What if that hunter thing comes? The one that skulks in the shadows. Demolition. Zealous thug goods. Melted charges. Flames of Retribution shield. At the start of combat, the wielder suffers 1 level of burning and cannot remove burning through resistance tests. At the end of their turn, the wielder inflicts 0 levels of burning on all adjacent creatures. If enemies affected by Xenos or demons, they additionally suffer 0 fire with 5% armor pen. Shield allows the wearer to block attacks. So wait, it's a shield that sets me on fire, but then it sets other people near me on fire? We do have regeneration. We might be able to take it, but that is one hell of a fighting style. Look at that thing! What? What if we combined a flamethrower with a shield? Okay. So there's the commissar. That's the guy that we were told, if you want help, you need to kill him, and then I might help you. Lord Xenos, examine the corpse. Yearliet has a 100% chance.
A trivial task.
Skin the corpse? Why are we doing this? Chameleoline skin. The Drakari warrior's skin was stitched with flexible crystal threads whose colors shift to match their surroundings and conceal the wearer. Why? Why did we do this? Alright. I got a little bit of PTSD going on right now. I remember, if I go over here, there's a boss fight. And it was really, really tough.
One step at a time.
I don't know if we're ready for that.
The madness.
Retrieve the safe. Whoa, what's happening? Oh, we're having another episode because the bug in us. Bountyman says, Muck, oh right, I remember you asked me about jet bikes yesterday. I was half asleep. Those spike-encrusted things are called Reaver jet bikes. They are hovercraft that move very fast, covered in blades for slashing people as they speed past, and they have built-in splinter rifles. There's also the lowdown on xenoplasm grenades. They're frag grenades made of obsidian glass with chunks of wraithbone inside that contain tortured souls of Eldar. Did they really need to shove the tortured souls in there to make the explosions work? That seems like just excessive.
Operation successful.
On a Cyber Raven chip. Whenever you gain a stack of versatility, we don't have anyone in the party that can use that. Grenade. Lawbringer. Grants an additional ability that ends the attacker's turn and does an additional 30% machine damage with 50% armor pen. The Lawbringer. Okay. Defensive boots. If you did not spend MP during your turn, you double your cover efficiency and half cover until the end. Okay. I will use the club. I am the Lawbringer. Video Steph says, will you be streaming yours to Twitch live or later in the day? Yeah, as Bluebell said, yeah, later tonight during the evening stream.
There will be no peace in my wake.
Alright, quick save. Because if this guy attacks all these people, we're gonna have a bad time. The makeshift Aquila looks somewhat pitiful, but the evident diligence and passion that went into its creation speak of the piety of its makers. Commissar. The stately man in a commissar's coat and a tall service cap greets you with the sign of the Aquila and a solemn announcement. Another loyal servant of the throne has found his way to us through these confounded catacombs. Fear not, approach. If you have faith in the Emperor, then you will find only allies here. Make the Aquila. The Emperor protects. Indeed, the Emperor protects. The Commissar's imperious, booming voice repeats your call and the rest follows suit. Malice sent me here for your head, however I have no desire to cause you harm. The Commissar lets out a contemptuous laugh and nods approvingly at you. That scaled miscreant has long since wanted me dead. He craves my soldiers, he forced us from our base to this perilous place, but he will pay for his schemes soon. Once my plan is set in motion, it is a disgrace to serve one such as he. You ought to join our ranks instead. Together we will break out of this accursed city. What is your escape plan? The Commissar's speech is brisk and energetic. Some of our own have captured a small Xenos ship that was moored for repairs at a remote unused dock. They eliminated the crew quietly, but left the pilot alive to sail the ship back to real space. We can get to the dock through a dimensional portal located at our old base. If the Monkey has managed to capture the vessel, they were permitted to do so. If they were permitted to do so, Yurliet casts you a meaningful look. The plan is doomed to fail. Regrettably, Malice and his Shriekers drove us out and took over the base, so the first order of business will be to confront him there. I propose that you take him by surprise and deliver the first strike. We will support the attack from the outside. Logic test succeeded. Every step in the Commissar's plan, when taken separately, seems viable enough. When combined together, however, the chances of success become so ludicrously slim that only a complete madman would agree to this strategy. Who are the people under your command? The core of my unit is composed of prisoners from various Astra Militarum regiments and a number of planetary guards. They form the assault squad that went to the special operation under Sergeant Vigasti's command. The rest are common people who had the misfortune of being captured by Xenos. Serfs, nobility, administratum clerks, technomats, void workers, monks, anyone who found the courage to take up arms. The only kinds you won't find here are heretics, lawbreakers, and cowards. How have you managed to accomplish so much? Every morsel of intelligence we've acquired and every step of progress we've made was paid for in blood and pain. The information about the dying cabal that dreads entering the docks of its enemies and instead moors in an abandoned area was forced out of captive Xenos. The knowledge of the portal was thought in exchange for 1/2 of all the weapons we had stockpiled. And taking that ship cost us several lives, each of which was worth more than the whole blasted city. I shall join you. The Commissar laughs and exclaims approvingly. My brothers and sisters in arms, a new fighter has joined our ranks. The Emperor's grace is with us. I require medical assistance. He examines you critically. You do not look too badly injured, and we are suffering a severe shortage of medical supplies. Better to save what we have for critical situations. Can I tell him about the friggin' leech on my spine that's killing me? Look at the Commissar. One might think the archetypical Commissars from Imperial Guard propaganda posters are all life drawings of this man. He has a large and powerful jaw, his eyes are hard and fearless, and the small scar over his brow adds a certain rugged charm to his features. His coat, though worn, has been diligently cleaned and mended, and the skull on his tall cap has been polished to a shine. And who are you? He replies with clipped precision. Commissar Iako Sotny, but my brothers and sisters in arms prefer to call me simply the Commissar. I was assigned to a regiment of the Vicentian Zouaves, and I fought in the battle for the world of Kemalt Secundus, where I was wounded and taken prisoner while unconscious. Having recovered from my wounds, I carry on fighting the wicked Xenos as the head of the local resistance cell which I founded. His speech is vehement and decisive. My valorous comrades and I sabotage the enemy's activities while we devise our plan of escape. The streets of Kamarog are like a maze of spiderwebs into which the Dark Ones lure unfortunate souls. Each thread that leads to freedom turns out to be another cruel deception in the end. You must have faced many a danger here. He mutters scornfully. What power do contemptible inhumans have to threaten true faith? What were the circumstances of your capture? We engaged the enemy on the world of Kemalt Secundus in the Marcane marches of the Calixis sector. The loathsome foes of humanity were known to launch raids in the area, so we received orders to defend the good subjects of the Imperium. When the profaners descended upon us, we gave them no quarter. The enemy was routed, and my unit drove them back to their ships. Our counterattack drove a wedge into their advancing horde and thwarted the invasion, but it also meant that we were cut off on both flanks and surrounded. We fought valiantly for several hours to stop the enemy ranks from reforming for a new onslaught until we depleted our munition reserves. By that time, our superior officers had already fallen, so I led my people in a bayonet charge. We taught the Xenocelestin in blood, and then, I have no memory of how the battle ended. I came to consciousness in this foul place, disarmed and on the verge of death. I thought I'd die, but I was not yet time for the Emperor to release me from his servants. What does your resistance do? He observes his humble army and says with enthusiasm, our first ongoing objective is to keep bolstering our ranks by seeking out prisoners who haven't yet lost faith and willingness to oppose our nefarious jailers. Our second priority is to arm ourselves and train. I teach my soldiers the basic of guard tactics in order to mold them into fully fledged assault units. Most importantly, we gather information and plot our escape, and the day when we pave the road to freedom with the corpses of detestable Xenos is nigh. The Commissar's rallying shout makes his people square their shoulders, proudly straighten their backs, and respond with a fierce war cry. Hello, Mukluk. Hi, Falkry. How you doing? I have other business to attend to. Farewell and keep the faith. The Emperor protects, brother. Okay. And we haven't yet found Jay or Kizbella
My nerves are frayed.
or Heinrichs. So there's this over here, which I'm pretty sure is a boss fight. We'll come back to that. Speaking of the previous thing, there is a reason sensory deprivation is used as torture, or when one doesn't for scientific reasons. A strict time limit to remain in such areas imposed. It's truly psychosis-inducing. I can imagine. I just saw someone with angel wings there for a second, and then they vanished. That was weird. Examine the fresh corpse.
My success.
The victim was killed by a series of precise cuts in vulnerable spots. Throat, eyes, and tendons. The killer must have been aiming to swing the outcome of the fight with the first few blows.
What lies beyond?
Okay. Alright, so I'm supposed to attack the snake guy, and then all the Commissar's people join in after I hit first. Ugly beggar has Muck's boots. Wait, what? He has my boots. Hold on a second. There was so many beggars. I admit I didn't try talking to all of them. But I didn't realize it was supposed to be that one of them stole my boots. Can't have Skrittin, Kamarog. People stealing your shoes. Hang on.
Tapestry of a world. I am the rogue thread.
Have you heard of the laughing racer, the one who dies in the arena every time and stands up alive and walks away? Where did you see an ugly beggar? Oh, there. It is nigh impossible to identify the horrendous spawn dressed in rags as a human being, or rather a genetic anathema descended from human beings. The mutant's hideous appearance is complemented by brutal scars and a partially flayed face. How about buying yourself a pair of boots? The beggar shows off his filthy legs and surprisingly decent boots. Your boots. Where did you get those boots? They're from a stiff that was lying in the corpse dump. A friend of mine pinched them and gave them to me. I didn't steal nothing, I swear. His ugly face twists into an ugly sneer. Dogmatic. It pains me to behold how your faith has withered, son of the Imperium. Tell me, when you renounced his light, turned to lies and treachery, and in doing so became like Xenos and heretics, was it worth it? The beggar's eyes glaze over and his lower lip trembles. His mind is no longer here. His thoughts have turned inward. I really did believe once, before I ended up here. And what am I now? I steal boots from corpses. I beg Xenos and other scum for scraps. Throne, damn it, what's become of me? As if released from a feverish haze that clouded his eyes for years, he looks around in disgust. Full of determination, he takes off the boots and hands them to you. Take them. I have a job to do. For too long, I've suffered the mockery of those pale-faced beasts. It's time I paid them back for snuffing out my humanity. So long. He's gonna end up dead. With an expression of grim resolve on his face, the beggar limps away from you. Steam achievement. You got back the boots in chapter 3. Wow. Yeah, I didn't do that last time. Yeah. Got my Mukluks. Oh, that's not gonna work on him. Okay.
Curiosity.
Back to the pit. Come on, Pascal. It's not like your torso's ripped open and you're bleeding everywhere. Why are you so slow? How far in the game is this? In the main story? Like, I think like past the halfway point. I think it's like Act 3 or 4 or something like that. All right, I think we're about to have a big fight. Quick save. Humanling, relax with us. Take a stimulant and enjoy ourselves. The Commissar says hello. The two humanlings have plotted against me. How predictable. Shriekers, kill the humanling slowly. I want to enjoy his torment.
Ooh, what an amusing attempt at defiance.
You'll suffer exquisitely.
We don't have good starting cover.
An unworthy soul.
Scared yet?
Oh my god, dude, there's like nowhere she can go. This really sucks. Attack of opportunity, attack of opportunity, attack of opportunity. There's like nowhere she can stand and fire her gun.
If it serves your cause.
Dance Macabre. Wow, that was unimpressive.
I will tear your heart out for this. Let's make it quick.
Do not.
Yeah, not surprised.
Here we go. Let's get.
Suffering is part of the trial.
Schemes within schemes.
I hit the wrong button there. I did not mean to use standby. Damn.
Let's see.
This is not great. Alright. Live bait on him. And he can't shoot either. There's so many of them that just ran in my face. He can't fire his gun.
Setting target parameters for 10 familiar units. Abide in the host of blessed creations of the Omnissiah. Vital functions
Nice.
successfully terminated. Request approved.
Strike me again and see.
The dog has gotten knocked down 2 turns in a row and not been able to play the game. Not super happy about that.
Relics are failing.
What if? Let's see. A genius at work.
Strategic adaptation. The chance to hit with any of these attacks is really low.
Even I won't do that.
Unavailable.
Let's see.
There we go.
Schemes within schemes. Let's see.
You've unleashed my fury.
My frail organics required it. Integrity failure.
Ow! Get off! About time, guys! It's almost over! Good lord. The dog's down. It got stun locked to death, now it's down.
Hold on.
Reactivate.
What if? Let's see.
Apprehend. They dodged it. Protect.
Genius at work.
9.
Tear your heart out
Now without
for
his
this.
chip, he's certainly weaker.
Schemes within schemes.
You can see the burning from the shield. Is the burning hitting the dog too? Yeah, the burning is setting the dog on fire too. Not a great shield.
The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all.
On my way. Break their morale. You unleashed my fury. Let me.
Hey, the bird. Ah, dog down again.
A wicked